It all started when I was 3 years old. My brother and my dad used to skate back in their day. So there was always a skateboard in the garage, you know? And from the young age, I was always curious about what was in the garage. And started skating at around the age of 3, going down the driveway, sitting on my board, like on my butt, going down the driveway, trying to pick up speed. Then from there, it just became like a hobby. And from there, I just took the ropes and carried on this little passion that was my hobby and just kept on going and kept on skating. And while I was competing, I started figuring out like I'm actually pretty good at this. But then now it's just pretty much pure motivation to keep progressing and something that keeps me going every single day. And it's my way of being able to go out there and create and express myself in the best way possible. I'm setting up a new skateboard over here. First things first, I put my stickers of my partners that support me. Next thing is the sandpaper for all of you viewers, but it's actually called grip tape from skateboarding terminology. Yeah, I set up a new skateboard between every 3 to 5 days if I'm skating the streets, which is not built for skateboarding. But if I'm skating skate parks, it could last anywhere between 1 to 2 weeks. Normally I have like a superstition once I set up my bolts to put them in the exact same position they've been in every single time. So it's like if that's the top right, I'll put it like top right, top left, bottom right, bottom left, and then they'd all have like their corresponding little bolts. For the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, that was the debut of skateboarding, and being able to represent South Africa and be selected to represent the African continent was honestly a dream come true. It's almost, I guess, the highest level of skateboarding in the world. Being able to go back and see that my skateboard is still in the Olympic Museum in Lausanne over there as a part of the first ever people that have pioneered it was something for me that kind of made me emotional. It was like, wow, I was taken back by that whole experience. And although it was during COVID, I feel like I'm really excited to go back and try to qualify for Paris and be able to go there and persevere and see one Olympic Games with no people compared to one where the stadium's full. So looking forward to it. Yeah, so what happened before the competition was 2 days out from the actual event, we skate the biggest obstacles. I ended up breaking my wrist in 2 places just before the competition. So it was a little bit of a setback, but at the end of the day, my legs were still in good condition to be able to compete, so I persevered through it. Still competed with a broken wrist in 2 places. So it was a setback, but other than that, every setback is an opportunity for a comeback. I guess the board's feeling good. Let's go have a little session. Boom. There's park skating and there's also vert skating and big air skating, but for me, my niche is definitely in street skateboarding because growing up, I didn't really have a skate park. I didn't have my parents to take me every single day to go to a skate park. And I was like, okay, what do I have? I have the environment around me. So I'd go look at abandoned building sites. I'd go inside there. I'd take my little rail that I got for my birthday, try to find some stairs to put it down so that I could do some tricks and just find a way to be able to go out and skate. So my environment was what I had, and that was the street. So that's what kind of pushed me to being more street focused in my niche. So this is one of the tricks that are my favorite tricks, and it's really, really hard to do. It's called an impossible, but for me, it's possible. But basically what happens is the board spins 360 degrees while also wrapping around your back foot. And that's called the Ollie Impossible. Growing up, I did not actually think it was possible to make a career out of skateboarding. For sure, there was this dream of mine to be able to be a pro skateboarder and make a career out of it. But in South Africa, it was something that was kind of unheard of. I was good at cricket. I was good at all the traditional sports, cricket, soccer, and rugby I was playing, which for me was the thing that gave me the discipline that I was able to apply to skateboarding rather than just using and seeing skateboarding as a cultural side, but seeing it from athletics point of view or athlete perspective. When preparing for one of the Olympic qualification contests, it comes down to World Skate releasing the skate park that they've built for this specific stop at least a month to 2 weeks before the event. And this way, when I'm training, I'm able to conceptualize what I'm going to do at the course, but I use my own time, and in training, I'll work on specific tricks that I'll be able to apply to different obstacles when it's built in that way. So it all comes down to strategizing for sure. Competition is strategy 100%, and in training I do work on the tricks and do the repetitive thing where I'm repeating tricks constantly to make sure that I can have them as consistently as possible, so when it comes down to that moment I can do the trick no problem. So yeah, that's how you prepare for these contests, is learning like a parrot. You got to keep repeating until you can do it in your sleep. Yeah, skateboarding for me is the most beautiful thing. It's very family oriented. It combines and it unites communities together from rich areas, from poor areas, from everything. There's nothing that matters besides for the tricks and bringing people together. So that's skateboarding. So skateboarding is a very risky sport. There's a lot of injuries that could come at any moment and any time. It's not necessarily for everybody. But for me, it comes down to really facing your fears. Every single day you get on your skateboard, you're confronting yourself to face your fears. And that's something that is teaching me perseverance, because then when you end up going for it, you realize that you're a lot more capable of things that you never thought you were able to achieve, but you're a lot more capable with confidence. For me, it's about having fun and letting your love for what you do and enjoying the moment, really getting into that state of flow where you're going out there expressing yourself in the way that makes you the most happy. Skateboarding is kind of my escape from reality, but then it's about creating your own reality at the same time, and that's what's so beautiful about skateboarding.